an introduction to low allergen gardens.
Hello and welcome to Videojug. My name's Tom Cole and I'm Head of Horticulture at Campanula College, and you join me in this little oasis which we class as our low allergen garden. And if, like me, you suffer from hay fever, then you're in paradise. In terms of a low allergen garden, there are some key plants that are omitted. And one of the largest things that's not here in this garden is a lawn. Lawns are composed of grasses, and in fact all of the grasses are really heavy in producing pollen. And that's one of the key things I suffer from, pollen from grasses. But there are a number of people who suffer from tree pollen as well. And although there are trees here, it's your native trees such as limes and oaks and beeches and hornbeams which do really cause people some problems. Dust can also collect within the garden, and one of the ways to take that away is actually to remove lawns, but also to keep paths clear and tidy. But the rest of it is all about those plants which are very, very low in producing pollen.
The layout of this garden is one that is easy to maintain and a relaxing and tranquil place to be, the designer opting for a shady urban theme. It helps combat the problems of 5 million asthma sufferers and 9 million hay fever sufferers in the UK by some clever yet simple planting.
A great plant to have in any garden which is A, very good at flowering, but B, you're not going to suffer from any hay fever, must be this one. This is a gorgeous daylily, heuchara, and as the name suggests, each bloom lasts just one day, but is replaced by other blooms all the way through the summer period. And if you're worried about, does it need sun, does it need shade, any situation that's got goodish light levels, south facing, east facing, west facing, it even does fairly well in a north facing site. So in fact anywhere really, as long as you've got good moisture at the base. This is a lovely plant, and the bees do like going in there to get to the nectaries, and so you're bringing wildlife also into your garden.
When choosing plants, go for those which are insect pollinated, the pollen from these being heavy and too large to inhale. Wind pollinated plants will only fill the air with unwanted irritants to the eyes and airways. Also remove any rotting vegetation to avoid mould spores being released into the air.
To add a bit of height to a garden, and to also not have to suffer for your pains, then why not use something like this? This is a lovely wedding cake tree, cornus controversa. It forms these tiers gradually as the plant matures, does flower, but doesn't really affect you at all, unlike a number of other trees I could name, such as the lime or the plane tree. Great sort of foliage, it's variegated, and in fact, when it loses its leaves in the winter, you get some really good bark colour from it. I said that grasses aren't particularly good in a low allergen garden, and you might think this is grass, and in fact lots of people call it black grass or mondograss, and it's not anywhere like a grass at all. It's from the lily group. It's a relative of the lily that has these lovely black foliage, has purple flowers, purple fruit, and very, very low at producing pollen, very decorative and very evergreen. So if you want something that looks grass-like, then have something like this. It's ophiopogon, that's its horrendous name, but go into any garden centre anywhere and ask for black grass or mondo grass, and you'll have that in your garden forever.
Allergy sufferers should get the garden in order during spring and try to garden in the morning and on cool, dull days. It's at these times that pollen levels are lowest. It may also be worth wearing sunglasses to shield the eyes from pollen contact.
Here's a great example of a bed that's packed full of plants which are not going to create you sniffling and sneezing as you go through the garden. Here you've got a lovely purple coloured plant called heuchara. It's palace purple, loves any condition, it's drought tolerant. We've also got columbine here, which seeds itself everywhere. We've got campanula, which is a lovely carpet running through the bed, which all you need to do is just take the old flowers off when they're finished, and it'll come back and give you more later in the year. Loads of hardy geraniums around the edge, and in the middle, dotted around, you've also got roses. So in fact, you can have a lot of colour actually in a low allergen garden, which will take you right the way through from the spring all the way through to your winter months.